Hello, everybody. Rob Smith here. I'm delighted to be joined with Norbert Pietzrak as he prepares to take on Michael Chimu at Cage Warriors Glasgow. Norbert, how are we doing?
Yeah, all good. Feeling fine. Ready for the fight. 1 week to go.
Let's talk about this big fight, mate. So almost 1 week out from Cage Warriors Glasgow, got a massive event. You've got a big opponent in Michael Chimu. Kind of talk to him about him. Obviously, he's a Cage Warriors veteran. He's had multiple fights in Cage Warriors. So there's a lot of tips to study. What do you make of him as an opponent?
He's a very good opponent. He's very keen for a fight. And obviously, like you says, he had a lot of experience, way more than me. I think it's his 11th professional fight, 12th professional fight now, which is only my third fight. So for sure, he has better experience than me. But I'm very happy to go against him. I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready for a good challenge. And since the start of my career, I've been getting good challenges. All my opponents have been challenging so far, and I'm just happy to go and fight.
I guess that's almost a statement to how good cage warriors think that you are, and only you're coming to your third pro fight, they're matching you with someone who's coming into their 12th pro fight. So that's got to be a testament from cage warriors thinking like, okay, this guy's good. Let's give him a real test.
Yeah, for sure. I think for my standard, I had a good amateur career. I had multiple fights. I managed to get the number one spot in UK for my weight division in MMA, and I was always keen for a challenge. So I think they see it and they appreciate it.
And what excites you most about this matchup with Michael?
I like the fact that he's very keen to fight and he's very fast, explosive. I can see he has a character of a warrior. So that's for sure something to take strongly into consideration and obviously train serious for.
And when you watch him his past fights, do you expect this to be a bit more of a striking match?
To be honest, I think he has broad skills. It can be striking, it can be wrestling. I expect everything. So
And when you break him down as an opponent, is there anything that stands out most about his skill set that really impresses you?
especially his explosiveness. He's
Yeah.
a very explosive guy. I see he has very high energy. And I see that whenever there will be, let's say, an opportunity for him to do damage to me, he's gonna for sure do his best to do so. So I need to keep my eyes open.
I want to talk about your last fight against Charles Johnny. You came into enemy territory. You came to Newcastle, faced a local guy in Charles Johnny. You got the job done in the first round. Charles was a really hyped prospect at one stage. There was talks about him getting Contender Series UFC shots, and you made quick work of him, mate. That was a statement performance from yourself. So kind of talk me back through that night and what that you think that victory has done for your career so far.
So for sure, maybe Charles he didn't see me as someone who can be such a threat. In a way, maybe he underestimated me, but I have been fighting for a long time as well, since I'm basically 14 years old. I am 24 years old now, so good 10 years. And just because I turned professional recently doesn't mean I'm not like a seasoned professional. I have been through many fights, and I fought people that are just his height as well. And that never been something that would, let's say, scare me away. Many people have this perception that if someone's bigger than you, it's like it's an advantage. I think it's not really an advantage. It depends how you think about it. So I went in this fight and I wanted to give it all. I see he was very high spirited. If you see the stare down between us, since the moment obviously we both came into the cage, he didn't take his eyes off me. He was looking at me like he just wants to destroy me. And obviously, throughout my whole preparation for him, I took this fight very seriously and I knew what to expect from him. So whenever we started fighting, I didn't find much things so surprising.
And you're in a bit of a strange position with the cage, with being at Cage Warriors light heavyweight division because if we're being completely honest, apart from maybe heavyweight, there's not a great deal of light heavyweights in Cage Warriors right now. So if you get the job done against Michael on April 25th, you're not technically too far off a title shot. I know you've had history with Nell Ariano, who's looking like he's gonna be dead set now to be getting the next title shot light heavyweight, whenever that may be against James Webb or Yannick Bahati, whoever that'll be at the time. But do you believe a win against Michael and maybe one or two more fights you could be looking at title fights next?
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not ready now for a title fight. So it's a matter of time to just getting more experience, getting a better score, a better obviously fight score, and a couple more fights, and I think why not? And if Nell's gonna fight for the title soon, I already have some sort of history with him. Like, I don't know if you've seen the fight. We ended up finishing the fight with no contest because we collided heads. And if you watch this fight, it was a very equal fight. There was no clear winner in that fight. While at the time, I was much younger and Nell was much older than me. So I think throughout the years, when I look at his career, how he's performing, he's obviously a great athlete, a great fighter. I have to give him that. But I just think with my age and how I've been giving my effort into development, I think like I already developed so much more. So for sure this time around he cannot treat me lightly. So for sure that's gonna be a very difficult fight for him, a very good fight for me. And if obviously he's gonna fight for the title soon, I don't see the reason why I can't fight for the title as well.
Well, I think if it is, it's looking likely that it could be Yannick Bahati versus Nell Ariano for the title. Um, I guess for yourself, if Nell Ariano does the job and beats Yannick Bahati, there's a storyline there. Cage Warriors will want to make that fight based on that storyline. You guys have got a history that does you a world of favors, and
I
based
have
off
a
from
beautiful
previous.
scar here
Oh, well,
from
there
now.
you go. You've got the battle scars to show for it. And is it based off that last fight? You were saying it was a very equal fight. I guess that must give you a bit of confidence knowing, thinking, I don't, you know what? A lot of people are saying this is like the next guy, but I think I can beat him.
Of course. We've already been there. We've already done that. You know, we both know how we feel. That's the thing. If you're a fighter, you go with someone to the octagon, you kind of build this connection. You kind of get a feel like there's not no like fakeness you can sell to someone when you're actually fighting them. Like many people speak and they try to act like they are super tough, but then later on they fight and let's say they end up kind of giving up and being damaged. So I think that obviously me and Nell, we kind of know each other now, and we both know we are both keen on fighting. I see that he's obviously, like I said before, a great athlete. He's very keen. And if you watch his record, he's a winner. He wins fights. Same thing with me. I am a winner. I win my fights. So this is for sure a good story to push forward for Cage Warriors for the title fights.
And one thing I'm really noticing when I'm speaking to you right now is your maturity as the way you speak and your mindset. And but do you credit that because you mentioned earlier you've been doing this for 10 years. People might look at you and saying, "Oh, he's only had two pro fights," but they don't see the 10 years of work that's got you to where you are. And you speak with a lot of maturity, a lot of confidence, like someone who's been training 10 years. Would you say that's the case?
Yes, of course, there's many fights that I had that you can't really find, let's say, online. I've been traveling the world for fighting. I've been training all around Europe, in Asia as well. I think I have good experience. I have trained with some very good people, and I see that I'm doing well. I'm not just clueless regarding fighting. So yeah, that's I think where the confidence comes because since a very young age, since maybe even before I started fighting, I was always obsessed about sports. Whatever it was, football or anything else, I was kind of like not so normal about it. Whenever I was playing football after the football training, I would go and I would find a little rock on the wall and I would spend like an hour or two just kicking exactly in that spot, on repeat. And that translated well into my fighting, into my training. And training became very obsessive for me. And it's been years and years since I've been practicing and always seeking to get good guidance from teachers. So honestly, I don't see the reason why I can't perform well against top guys.
What position did you play in football?
A goalkeeper.
Oh, same here. The best position.
Yes, yes, yes. Always big hands, and oh, they throw me in the goals.
Well, they say goalkeepers is you got to be a bit crazy to be a goalkeeper. I guess that matches fighting quite well. You've got to be a bit crazy to be a fighter. Would you say that's the case?
Oh yeah, well, fighting is crazy. I have to say, yeah, for sure. Going to an octagon in front of thousands of people is not so normal, I guess.
And as we approach fight week, is how do you sort of what's your mindset like? Do you feel any nerves at all? Or you quite calm and composed? And do you change anything with your preparation leading up to fight week?
No, not really. Now it's time to rest. I've finished all the hard training that I was supposed to. Now it's just trying time to relax, and I guess this is the best part because I started martial arts in general just to battle, I guess, with myself and to progress my own character. And always I have been thinking of fighting as just something wonderful to practice and really master the mastery of your mind, the mastery of your body. And yeah, that's like the big challenge. The big challenge is actually the training and developing yourself. And the fight, that's just something that people see, at the end of everything, once everything is done, this is the cherry on the cake, the results of all the hours that you put in. So we're gonna see.
And this fight is like a home fight for you because obviously you are from Poland originally, but you're now training out of Aberdeen, living in Aberdeen. So what's it like for you getting to fight in Scotland?
Well, for sure good because I've been growing up in Scotland since I'm 8 years old. I've been in Scotland. So yeah, I'm hoping to get a lot of my friends over there, a lot of fans. Get people to know me more as well around Scotland. That's gonna be a precious moment for me.
And what's some of the biggest differences between Poland and Scotland from your experience?
I think a lot actually. I think a lot. Everything like, have you been to Poland before?
Yeah, yeah, I've been once.
And which city?
Krakow.
Yeah, did you like it?
I loved it. Yeah, it was really nice.
So what do you think? What would you
No, you
say?
know what? I would say, you know what the biggest difference is? Poland is dirt cheap. Everything's so cheap there.
Uh-huh. But you know what? The prices are going up now, so not for long.
Oh, I was planning on going in the
Unfor-
summer. I might have to cancel it.
I've been recently, I was snowboarding in the mountains, and I see from I've been before like 2 years ago, so in a matter of 2 years, it went crazy. So,
Oh,
if you want to go see Poland, I think now is the right time because it's not gonna slow down.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
And
like the biggest difference about Poland, like when I always go back to Poland, I kind of feel like a tourist,
okay.
just because obviously I was brought up here. I've been to Poland multiple times, obviously throughout the years, would always go with family. But like regarding actually living there, it's a different story. Like, what can I say? I know more Britain than Poland, to be honest. But I would love to spend some more time there. Actually, now I have plans after this fight, especially to start doing full-on training camps in Poland. So
Okay,
maybe the
cool.
next time we have an interview, I can tell you a little bit more about it.
I'll ask you then. And last one from me. Can we get an official prediction for April 25th?
Official prediction. I'm not gonna make any predictions regarding my fight. I had another interview actually, and they asked me for a prediction. And you know what? I'm just happy to go and do my best, and I leave the predictions for the fans and everyone else. I don't want to as well come across disrespectful to my opponent. I see my
Okay.
opponent; he's very serious, very good. So I don't want to be walking around saying, "Oh, I'm gonna finish you, finish you." You know, I need to give him the respect. He's older than me. He has a good fight spirit. He's a warrior. So we're gonna go into the cage, give our best, and the winner will come out whenever he comes out.
Well, I think that's a really respectful and mature way of looking at it. Like I said, the maturity is what stopped most of me during this interview, and I really respect that, man. I just want to say it's been a real pleasure speaking to you, and I wish you the best of luck on April 25th, mate.
Thank you so much, Robert.